What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. And if you're not, you're about to, because you're watching Exotics Anonymous now. And today we're going to be talking about the Audi R8 and where it stands today and if the car is really dead. So let's jump into that. First, let's do a quick recap of the R8's history. The first generation came out originally with a V8 engine, 4.2 liter, naturally aspirated. It had a manual gearbox and it had an R-tronic, which was kind of like a crappy automatic gearbox essentially. And that was the car for a little bit. Then they came out with the V10 version, so they added the V10, and then a couple years later they did an update to the automatic ones where they got the dual clutch. They called it the S-tronic, so V10 and V8 options. That V10 is borrowed from Lamborghini, who had the V10 in the Gallardo, of course, at the time. Basically, the R8 borrowed some stuff from the Gallardo, put it in the Audi body, became one of the most iconic supercars of all time. When the second generation Audi R8 came out, it was even more similar to its Lamborghini counterpart than the original R8 was. The second gen R8 came out with a V10 and a V10 Plus option, so no more V8 at all. Both the V10's options, borrowed from Lamborghini, obviously. The regular V10 Audi R8 of the second generation had 540 horsepower and was still all-wheel drive. Then there was the V10 Plus, which had 603 horsepower, I believe, maybe 610. It was all-wheel drive also. That car was basically a Lamborghini Huracan with an R8 body slapped on it. Some people preferred the way the Audi looked. Some people liked the Lamborghini better. The big thing is you're saving, at the time you were saving about 50 grand if you went with the R8 instead of the Lamborghini. But it was, they're as close as they could possibly be now to being the same car. And because of that, the prices went up a lot. When the original R8 came out, I believe it was near 110, 120 grand at the time. But this new second generation Audi R8, if you wanted the V10 Plus, you were breaking 200 all day. Which back in 2015 was, a lot of money for a car. Now I know all the entry-level supercars are about that money, but it was a lot of money back then because it was essentially a full-blown supercar. There was no more sports car aspect of it where you could have made that argument with the V8 Audi R8 back in the day. Now it was just full-blown supercar. And then they did do a small facelift in 2020 of the Audi R8. They gave it a new front bumper, the interior, basically identical. I think they maybe tweaked a couple things on the infotainment, but they did have to add the OPF filters, which made them a little quieter. I think people have figured out how to get around that now. On the R8s, they put an exhaust on them, but not many changes, just kind of like a mid-cycle facelift. And towards the end of that generation, we got the Audi R8 GT. That was supposed to be like the send-off to the Audi R8 because Audi said they were killing the car. There wasn't going to be another Audi R8. And so far, that's true. There's no Audi R8. The Audi R8 GT was the last thing. That was basically a Huracan STO, but with the Audi body. It actually, a lot of people said they liked it better than the STO, which is interesting. They said it felt faster. And I think it looks a little better, to be honest. I was never crazy about the STO. I prefer the Performante from a couple years before. So that's kind of where the Audi R8 line has left off as of today. Now, before we get too deep into this, obviously, I'm wearing an Audi sweatshirt. I'm sitting in my Audi S6 right now. I love Audi. I love what they do. I don't love the idea of them killing the R8. I think that car really put them on the map, and I think they should continue making it, if not just for the true Audi enthusiasts. There's so many options they could do to continue the R8 now. The obvious thing to do, and the rumors that were circulating a couple months ago, were take the new Lamborghini Temerario twin-turbo V8 with the hybrid system, put that into an Audi R8 body. Obviously, they'd have to make this R8 body a little more futuristic looking. They can't just put it in the exact same one that was already out. But, Lamborghini made the Temerario look different from the Huracan. Audi can make the R8 look different from the previous R8. And there we go, we get the car. But I never really believed that, and I still don't even now, because that Lamborghini Temerario is a $500,000 car. If I'm being nice, it's probably a $600,000 car in most cases, which is insane for the entry-level supercar or whatever. But I know Lamborghini's slightly different market share than other supercar companies. But I can't see Audi making a $500,000 Audi R8, even like a $450,000 Audi R8. I think it's too much money. So I don't think that's going to happen. I don't believe it. The rumors that were coming out are being said they're not true by Audi executives, which would they tell us if they were true? Probably not. But this guy came out and directly and was like, no, not happening. So I don't think that's true anyway. Here's what I think they should do with the Audi R8. They have a twin-turbo V8 they've been putting in cars for over a decade now. It's in, the RSQ8, it's in the RS6 and 7, especially the RS6 and 7 Performance. The engine's very powerful in that trim. They should take that engine, put it in an R8 body that they make look a little newer and everything, and there we go. Get the dual clutch, I know they've made multiple dual clutches over the years. Lamborghini makes one with their cars. Make a dual clutch fit to that twin-turbo V8. I think they could probably do it because my car has the dual clutch with that V8, but I know the RS7 and RS6 switch to an automatic, I think for the torque. But I'm sure they could figure out a dual clutch transmission in 2025. There's an easy solution right there. there's so many other options too. Like if you don't want to use that engine for some reason, Porsche makes a great 6-cylinder engine that's in the Turbo S that's, you know, very fast. That would be faster than the current R8. So you could put that engine in an R8. You could sell it for even less money probably, because now we're going down to a 6-cylinder. So, you know, people won't be upset about the prices jacking up or anything, and it would be easy for them to put together. There's so many options Audi could do to save the R8. Hopefully they pick one of them, because that'd be a shame if the Audi R8 just doesn't exist anymore. And Audi, if you need ideas, please reach out to me. We can talk about this all day. There's some other features I'd like to see in there. Now, Audi's got a lot going on at the moment. They were gonna rename all their cars basically to be the even numbers were electric and the odd numbers were gasoline or diesel, but they seem like they scrapped that now, because the new A6 is still an internal combustion engine car, but they went forward with that on like the A4 and the S4. I'm sorry, the A4 and the A5. The new S5 and everything is gas, but the A4 is supposedly going to be electric. So it seems like they half committed to it, started doing it, but then they changed their mind halfway through, which is fine. But I don't know if that's going to change or stay the same in the future. But I think they have a few things going on. Maybe that's why we haven't seen anything about a new R8. I can't wait to see the new RS6. I think I'm going to make another video about that. So if you like this one, stay tuned and maybe check that one out. There's some controversial things coming out about the new RS6 that I want to discuss before the car comes out. And like I was saying before, I love Audi. I would love to see them keep making an Audi R8, but I do want them to do it right and make a good product. And, you know, I don't want to see it come back if it's all electric. I don't think anybody wants to see it come back if it's all electric, to be honest. So hopefully they don't do that. But hopefully they put an engine in it, make it cool. Even if it's a hybrid, I think it'll be a little too expensive if it's a hybrid, but it'd be nice to have an Audi R8 in general, even if it's a hybrid. And that entry level point in the market now is so competitive. I mean, Audi definitely has a space there. That you got the McLaren Artura, you've got the Maserati MC20. You can make an argument that you have the 911 Turbo S, although they're getting more expensive, so maybe not. Ferrari 296 is way more expensive. So there's a real spot for an Audi R8 to slot in, because now the Lamborghini Temerario is another price bracket. It's not like a Huracan where it was kind of closer to entry-level pricing. There's a real spot for a serious supercar contender, and if the Audi R8 came out looking good with a good powertrain, people would love it. So they should make it. So what do you guys think? Is the Audi R8 truly dead? For now, I'm going to say yes, but only temporarily. I do think we'll see another Audi R8. I think it's going to be several years away, though. I doubt we see it before like a 2028, 2029 model year. Even that might be generous. Maybe the next big milestone anniversary for Audi or something, they'll try to do it. I don't know if there's like an 80-year anniversary or something, maybe around 2030. But something like that, maybe that's when we'll see another car. I don't think we'll see one in the next like year or two. Just for a couple of reasons. One, I think they have to figure out what they're going to do with the powertrain, which I think is a big task. And two, the Lamborghini Huracan came out in 2015, whereas that next-gen Audi R8 didn't come out till 2017. So I do think we'd see like a 2-year delay anyways. Temerarios, they're still not delivered in the US anyways. I think they'll probably be 26 model year cars. So at the earliest, the 2028 model, but I really don't think it'll be then. I think it'll be probably 29 or 30 if we're going to get one. If any more news comes out, I'll make an update on this, seeing if, you know, maybe we have a little more clarity to the timeline. But for now, I would say yes, but not anytime soon. So is the Audi R8 truly dead? Right now you have to say yes, but temporarily, hopefully. And hopefully we'll see another one in a couple of years. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you listening to my Audi R8 update. And hopefully we'll have some good news on it. And if not, I'm going to be making more videos. Like I said, I'm going to have an Audi RS6 video coming out soon. So please subscribe to the channel. Like the videos, helps with the algorithm a lot, and hopefully I'll see you around in another video. Thank you.